Hello, Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, Vanakkam, Salam. In the last video, we have discussed about demand, and that was basically individual demand. There we have said demand means a certain amount of commodity that a consumer is willing to and able to buy at a given price at a given period of time. But that was the individual demand. Now here we have to discuss about the market demand also. Market demand for a particular commodity. So what is market demand? Actually market demand is the summation of all individual demand of a commodity. When all the demands, all the individual demands for a particular commodity is added up, then it gives the market demand for that particular commodity. So that market demand, like the individual demand, there we got the determinants of individual demand. Here also there is a determinants of market demand. Now, what are the determinants? Here that I have written here, you can see that the determinants of the market demand, number one, that's the number of consumers. When there are more number of consumers for a particular commodity, the market demand will be more, and less number of consumer means market demand is less. In the similar way, season and weather. Season and weather also one of the determinants of the market demand. If there is, we can take an example. Suppose in this winter, if the winter goes for longer, or in between the winter, just 2-3 days back, there is a huge cyclone in South India, Chennai, and that cyclone carried a lot of cloud to the North India and in northeast part of the country, where we got that a rainfall during the month of December. So the intensity of the cold increases. So ultimately the market demand for the warm clothes like sweaters, jacket and all these will go up. Similarly, if the rainfall starts and it remains for longer and there is a heavy amount of rainfall, then ultimately the demand for the umbrella and raincoat also increases. So these are the simple examples. You can put it in the larger and other perspective also, that because of the change in season and weather, the market demand for a commodity also get changed. And the third one is the distribution of income. Now distribution of income, when there is an equal distribution of income, market demand for commodity is more. And when there is an unequal distribution of income, market demand for a commodity is less. Now, equal distribution of income means what? Equal distribution of income means, when everybody in the economy more or less they have the income and they can demand for that particular commodity. Means everybody, equal distribution of income doesn't mean that every person has the equal income. And it's not possible. Even that Karl Marx said that a classless society. Now, classless society itself is a myth. It is a fictitious concept. It is not the fact. Because how come it be? In a society, if somebody has more caliber or more talent, he or she will earn more. Somebody has less caliber or less talent, he or she will earn less. But one thing we have to mention here, that it doesn't mean that a certain amount of people are become very rich or a certain amount of people become very poor. Means some are driving their Mercedes car and some are lying on the footpath without having any food. In that case, it happens only in case of illegal. That is the unequal distribution of income, and that will not able to give you the increase in market demand. So market demand, the distribution of equal distribution of income means when the income of the people within the economy more or less they are in a position to buy certain commodity, then market demand for that commodity will increase. And when there is unequal distribution of income, it means that when the income concentrated in the hand of the few people, means some are very rich. We can take the example of our country, say India. Here highest number of millionaires are there and the world's highest number of poor people are residing in this country. So that is why many times, because of the unequal distribution of income, market demand for goods are less. So these are the determinants of market demand. Now here we can discuss another thing along with that, that is demand function. First we will discuss about the individual demand function. Individual demand function. Let's start with individual demand function. Individual demand function. So demand function means the functional relationship between the quantity demand and the factors determining demand. In case of individual demand function, it is the functional relationship between the individual quantity demand of a particular commodity with the determinants of the demand for that commodity. We can write mathematically here dx equal to function of first own price of the commodity, next price of the related goods, next you can write income of the consumer, next you can write say future taste. Here also you can write future expectation of changing price of the commodity. That also you can write. So here dx stands for demand for commodity X. The demand for commodity X is the functional relationship of price of that commodity, one price of that commodity, price of the related goods that we discussed. Related goods, there are two types of related goods. One is substituted goods, another is complementary good. And what is the income level of the consumer? That also when income increases, demand for the commodity increases. But there are two things are there, inferior goods and normal goods. That also you have to keep in mind. Another is taste, preference, and habits. When there is a favorable taste and preference of a particular commodity, of course, the demand for that commodity will increase. And when there is unfavorable, then it will be opposite. In case of another one, future expectation, that also influences over the quantity demand. So, individual demand function means it is the function relationship between the determinants of individual demand. Now, here also you can write market demand function. Market demand function. Market demand function. So that is also, it is the functional relationship between all the market demand of the entire quantity as well as all the determinants. You can write here that is dx equal to function of here p, pr, y, t, f. Here also you can write the population or the number of consumer. Here also you can write that is season and weather as, and also finally you can write distribution of income. So market demand for a particular commodity is the function of price of that commodity, price of the related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preference of the consumer, future expectation of change in price, size of the population or size of the consumer, season and weather, and the distribution of income. So all that makes the function of market demand. So another topic here we can discuss about the demand schedule. That is also very important. And demand schedule or schedule, that depends on your pronunciation, how you pronounce it. In American language it is a schedule, in British language it is called schedule. So let's discuss about the demand schedule. Demand schedule. Demand schedule. Demand schedule. Actually, demand schedule is the tabular representation of the relationship between price and quantity demand. I repeat, the tabular representation of the relationship between price and quantity demand. So first let's discuss about individual demand schedule. Individual demand schedule. Here we can write, see, here is the price. Sorry, here you can write price in rupees and quantity demand in units. Okay, let's take a hypothetical schedule. Number, when price of the commodities say rupees 1 per unit, quantity demand is 40 units. When price increases rupees 2 per unit, quantity demand decreases to 30 units. When price increases to 3, quantity demand increases to 20. When price is rupees 4 per unit, quantity demand decreases to rupees 10 units. So here one thing you can observe, as the price of the commodity increases, quantity demand decreases. A simple thing, as we know in the market, it is a common human nature also that when price of the commodity increases, quantity demand decreases. So this is the individual market demand schedule. Okay, so keep it for today. We are wrapping up today. The next class will discuss the market demand schedule and the market individual demand curve and market demand curve. And so please do subscribe to our channel, or if you want to have any comment, the description line I have given there. So if you need any comment, if you want to have any comment regarding or whether which video I have to make, please do comment in the comment box. So see you for the next class. Thank you.